Welcome back to Quantify Your Career. So, last time we did this project of creating an implied volatility surface from scratch in Python. And I had showed you step by step what happens and how to create this using Black-Scholes and then calculating the implied volatility, and then eventually generating not just the implied vol surface but also the volatility smile or skew in the case of equity options and the term structure itself. Now, let's look at some of the basics, and I'm going to generate a series out of this, tackling the basic concepts behind this volatility surface. And we'll also get into deep into Black-Scholes model and Ito's formula and all of that. So we are going backwards here. We are starting with this project and then tackling the concepts and the basics behind this. So today, let's talk about implied volatility. What basically implied volatility is, and how we can generate or just calculate this basically in Excel, and why do we need a volatility surface. So basically what implied volatility is the vol number which equates or makes equal the market price of the option and the Black-Scholes or model price of the option. And now I'm going to show you how to do that simply in Excel. So if you remember, this black screenshot is the formula of the Black-Scholes model to value the option price, the call price C here. Let's start with a simple illustration of a spot price equal to 100, a risk-free rate of 2%. Dividend yield is a 0, but if you change or update that, the model or option price should update. The maturity is half a year or 6 months, and strike price is 110. And finally, the sigma or the volatility is this, which we want to calculate through our implied vol formula. Now, this initial guess is 10% here. We have to start with something, and then we can see how to derive this simply in Excel. Now, as a part of this Black-Scholes formula, S0 e raised to minus QT is what I've done here in cell B9, and this portion K e raised to minus RT is what I've done in B10. Now, to calculate the actual call price formula, we have to derive D1 and D2, and again we'll get into all of these basics in the coming videos. Now, for now, we are calculating the call option price through Black-Scholes model, and then we'll calculate the normal distribution or ND1 and through this formula, and ND2 here, and then finally combining the call option price right here. Now remember, we have just guessed that initial vol number, which is 10%, but we will derive it according to the actual market price. Okay, so a simple illustration here. Now this one, the target mid price, is actually, you can derive this from the market price, and that is the midpoint of the bid and ask prices. So here I have taken a call option value of 5.64. Now the model price from Black-Scholes calculates it as 0.41. So we need to find the volatility which makes that model price equal to this target mid price, or which is the market price. So what we will do here is, we will use a simple, since we are doing this in Excel, we will do what if analysis and goal seek. This is running an optimizer in the background. We can use sophisticated optimizers in Python when we do the coding, but since this is an Excel version, we can just do a goal seek. So what we have to do here is setting this model price equal to the market price, which is 5.64, by changing the volatility, which is, the initial guess is 10%. So what it'll do here is it'll equate the model price and the market price, and then now you see the actual volatility is around 32%. That is your implied volatility, which will make your market price equal to the model call price, and the model call price is now generated by this Black-Scholes formula here. So this is your implied vol. Now, if you see here, these two plots called volatility smile or skew and the volatility term structure, how do you get this? These are the implied volatility numbers, which is actually cell B7. If you choose different strike prices, so if you change or update cell B6, if you decrease it below 100, you will get higher vol number, versus if you increase it, you might get a lower vol number depending on what kind of option that is. So usually for equity options, it is more of a skew, and for FX options, it is like a smile. So depending on if whether it's in the money or out of the money. And we will also study these basics in the coming videos. So if you keep changing the strike, this is how you can get your vol smile with a lower strike and higher strike, keeping of course the spot price constant. And how you'll get the term structure, vol term structure, is if you change cell B5, that is time to maturity of the option, and that is a decreasing function as well, from 0 to 2 years in this case. So if you keep changing these two terms, you will observe the volatility moving in this way. So this is a very basic illustration of what implied volatility is. So in short, you can't keep doing this. You can't keep guessing the volatility or running an optimizer to equate the model price with the market price of the option again and again. And that's why we calculate or generate a volatility surface like this, so that if we have a combination of a strike price and time to maturity, we can get that implied volatility on that surface itself. So we don't have to keep doing this goal seek or optimizer or solver again and again. So this is the purpose of generating this combination or a grid called volatility surface. So this is nothing but implied volatility, and in the coming videos we will break down all the concepts step by step. And also please let me know in the comments which concepts you would love to get deep into, and we will tackle that. Until next time.